Welcome. In today's lesson, we're going to be discussing how to improve SEO results for websites that are kind of already established. So these are pages, websites that already have some SEO rankings or keyword rankings, and it's just a matter of how do you improve that. As far as on-site metrics go, for all off-site, it's really getting high domain authority links to those pages, which is kind of a different game. But this is mainly just for on-site metrics. So we're going to use this domain Perel.com in the example. And when you're doing this, you have to have some sort of keyword tool or service that gives you keyword insights. Really, Ahrefs is the best, in my opinion. Not associated with them in any way, but I use them a lot. They're about $200 a month, which is absolutely worth it if you're going to take your SEO development seriously. SEMrush is another service, very similar. But really, we just want some sort of tool or service that gives us insights into what keywords the pages are ranking for, right? Other metrics are definitely important as well, but in this example, that's what we're using. So need to have one of those services, and then you need to have a list of URLs that the website has. So just pretty much a master's list of all your URLs. We'll be looking at these as for examples in just a bit. But so firstly, I'm just looking at the domain. I'm seeing what it's already ranking for. And I'm going to take a look at some of these individual pages that are already delivering pretty good results. So copy link address. Just take a look here for this individual page. Okay, so it ranks for 40 keywords. Okay, so it's ranking for some of these top keywords here. CBD roll-on for pain, which has a great amount of searches in comparison to some of these other keywords. You're in 9th position there. It doesn't have a really high keyword difficulty. And then CBD roll-on, you're about page 2 for that, and not an incredibly difficult keyword. A lot of these keywords are don't seem like they're incredibly high keyword difficulty. And that would be this number right here, the KD, and then the current position that they're in, and that's kind of like an average nationally across America. If you actually did a search, you might see that you're higher or lower. There's kind of a lot of factors involved. That's just sort of the average. Just take a look at the higher volume. Okay, so these are the higher volume keywords. So yeah, really these two keywords are going to kind of be the main ones that we're going to want to optimize if possible. So just out of curiosity. Okay, so that's telling. So that's interesting, right? So it's ranking in 9th place for this keyword that delivers a good amount of traffic in comparison. Doesn't really have a high keyword difficulty, and just doing a search, I don't see that text anywhere on this page, right? Which is interesting. So that's a huge potential thing that you could include on the page, and that would definitely help your results. So you have CBD roll on. It's interesting. I would be curious if we're removing the hyphen here. I know that it's not technically grammatically correct, but removing that hyphen, you are the second word here, 16th place. That would make it match and potentially get you some better results. Google bots are getting so smart that might not make too much of a difference, but having that exact match, I think would probably improve performance. So really, we're just looking for this main keyword here. How can we include that a few times in these results on this page to make sure that it helps? Because just having the content, it's content that's related to the keyword that's going to potentially get you, some better results, right? So let's just take a look at what they got. Okay, so I'm just making sure that this is actually applies just to pain, and it's not. Yeah, okay, so it is just a pain reliever. Okay, so how could we include CBD roll-on for pain in some of this content. I mean, you could potentially replace this word right here. So our nano-infused full spectrum CBD roll-on for pain is designed to with strength, right? So you don't really want to like shoehorn it in too much, but you just want to get that word included, one or two times on the page. It doesn't have to be an excessive amount, but just including it in the content. I mean, that would definitely have some good results. So let's see here, where else is there you go. What makes our CBD roll-on for pain different? So you are mentioning CBD roll on here, so that's probably why you're getting some good our CBD roll on for pain, right? Our CBD roll on for pain formula is delivers potentially mention it there. Purell's CBD roll on for pain product information, right? I'm just looking for ways where you can place this one or two times, and then you only have one image here, which is interesting. If you were to have, let's take a look at the image here. So again, Google doesn't really give precise instructions on how to improve your SEO. They just tell you to create good content and everything else will come, but that's not really the game that's being played. So what I often do is kind of over deliver on where I can place a lot of these keywords, and I'll actually name image files after the keywords that I'm trying to rank for. And I do find that does get the image placed within Google image searches. So if this is Perel / roll on, right, which isn't a keyword that we're, isn't really placed anywhere on here. If we were to change the name of that file to CBD roll on for pain, that would potentially get you or get this image in Google image search a lot more, get more traffic to the site, and just overall improve conversions overall. Now, I would, outside of SEO, I would recommend getting a few other images on here, right? So let's say you had 4 or 5 images. The name of the second image is CBD roll on, right? The name of the third image is CBD oil roll on. Name of the fourth image, CBD roll on pain relief. So now you're having the top 4 or 5 keywords here, and this is only 400 searches, which seems like a lot less than this one, but keyword difficulty is a lot lower, and you can rank for that much easier, right? So imagine you having 4 images on there, and they're all named after the 4 top keywords that you're really kind of going after. That'd be great. And then, CBD oil roll on, that probably wouldn't work in this because it's not really a CBD oil roll on, but that could be a keyword that people search for a lot. CBD roll on pain relief, try and include that keyword too. Again, that keyword difficulty is pretty low. If you can include that 1 or 2 times, name an image after that keyword, you could be doing really well. Let's take a look at additional information. Yeah, I mean, there's potential. You have a good amount of content here. There's a lot of places here where you can include that content. Just because having that content, having that wording on your site, having images, having videos, having anything that relates to those keywords that you're trying to develop, it's going to get you, better placements potentially. It's obviously a lot of factors, but backlinks going to the site and whatnot. But this is a good way just on site. Oh yeah, and the URL is CBD roll on, so that's definitely helping ranking for that keyword. So that's great. So that's really kind of the process here. Now, really, what we're doing is eventually, and we're not going to go through all of these in the video, but ideally, you want to go through all of your URLs here, right? Because you can apply this across the board to any sort of pages, and if it's not ranking for anything, do some research on what you want to rank for. Really, the answer that you need to know for each one of these pages is what is the main keyword that you're focusing on, and then what are the groups of keywords that you kind of want to include within that content that are potentially easy to rank for, or going to deliver conversions, or that you already rank for and want to improve those numbers. So let's do this for a few more here. Copy link address. Take a look at this one. So you can see the URL name. I mean, that's definitely great. I mean, that's one of the big reasons that it's ranking so well. And let's take a look at the Onsite. Paste. Again, one image. Yeah, I mean, if possible, get some other images on there. And there's a lot of ways you can get additional images. I mean, you can have someone Photoshop your product in a stock image, person's hand. You could, there's all kinds of you could Photoshop this sitting on a rock in a forest. There's all kinds of potential stuff out there. Just get a good graphic designer or cheaper freelance designer. It's not really like high end graphic work that you're trying to get, but having additional images that's, from what I understand, it's going to help your conversions. And you're also going to have more potential images on Google search, right? And you can name each one of the images. For this page, you have all these different great keywords. They have a high amount of searches. Name them each one of the images, right? And then you should get a much better overall SEO results. Delta 8 vape pen, good. Yeah, I mean, that's, and this SEO guy is good. Definitely. This is just kind of like some additional insights where, for this process, we're just, okay, Delta 8 disposable. Let me look at the traffic that's currently receiving and just see how we can kind of optimize it. Yeah, Delta 8 pen, okay. All right, so boom. All right, so there's no text for Delta 8 pen, right? And that's easy enough to add. So our new Pure 8 Delta 8 pen, right, provides you with the fastest delivery method. Let's see here. Let's take a look at where it says Delta 8 or just Delta. Organic Delta 8 THC distillate. Okay, let's take a look. I was just looking for Delta 8 THC distillate, some keyword that's related to that. So we're just kind of rewording some content on this page to make sure that this includes keywords that we're actually ranking for. They're going to get you some better results in the door. Just trying to see if there's any ones that are THC related. I don't really see any, but you can reword the content a little bit. So I would say this keyword, this really isn't a keyword that's grammatically correct. So Delta 8 veil now. Yeah. So Delta 8 pen is really going to be the main keyword that you're trying to place within the site, which is, include that right there. I guess you could just kind of skip that area. And then, Delta 8 pen. Benefits of our Delta 8 pen, right? Our Delta 8 pen, let's see here. Yeah, our Delta 8 pen serve both recreational and medical users. So potentially replacing this wording here and using the Delta 8 pen wording. Warning, this Delta 8 pen contains Delta 8 THC, right? Like it's easy enough. So just placing that, 2-3 times on the page, it's really going to get you some great results. I'm calling Delta 8. Check out this questions a lot of our customers have been asking about our Delta 8 pen and Delta 8, right? So how can you possibly get some of these keywords in here? It's interesting is this Delta 8 vape pen would be a good one, but it's a higher keyword difficulty and it's only 2,700 people, whereas the Delta 8 pen has 12,000 and it's a lower keyword difficulty. So really it's going to kind of all be centered around this one keyword here, right? So just try and get those products in there. Shop our Delta 8 products. Take a look at some of those. Okay. That's good. You don't really, okay. Just a matter of getting that, 2-3 times in there. Imagine adding 4 or 5 images and then just taking what's great about the image file name is it doesn't have to be grammatically accurate, right? Like you can just name it this, and that's going to potentially get you more Google image searches, which actually drives a good amount of traffic to the site. So name it this, image 2, name it that, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now you have those images out there to potentially get you some more traffic. So let's take a look at some of these other URLs. It's homepage. Kind of staying away from the branding keywords because obviously they're probably going to be ranking first place for their branding keywords in most cases. What is CBG? Okay, let's take a look at this page. $42 keywords, good. So the difficulty with this page is all of these have a fairly high keyword difficulty, which could be fine. but it is, it's not going to be a matter if you place the keyword. Let's take a look at this page here. So it's mentioned one time in the text. Obviously, you could add that, maybe one or two times within the text. You could definitely make a lot of changes here to the content. And oops, just gonna open image in a new tab. I just want to see the CBD and green photo. Okay, so potentially you could change the image file name there to the keyword that you're trying to rank for. But because it's a higher keyword difficulty, really the strategy would have to be adding the keywords, making sure that it's placed a few times in the content, changing the image file names, and then also getting some backlinks to that site that are valuable, right? Some high domain authority websites to get you higher ranking. So depending on how much effort you want to put into it, you could definitely do that. But really, this is more for just some on-site changes to get you where you need to be. Delta 8 rope. So this is a little over 2,000 searches per month. It's a really low keyword difficulty, but I wonder, Rope Candy, this is a CBD and Delta website. Rope Candy can apply to all sorts of different products, right? It's not necessarily just CBD or just Delta or whatever it might be, right? So that might not be a good keyword. I wonder how many conversions. I wonder if sales for that product are higher since this article has gone out or since it started ranking for some higher in Google. So let's skip that one for now. Now, I talked to the person that runs the site, and they wanted to rank for more medical terms. So I just want to look at a few of these pages that are more medically related. How long for Delta 8 to leave the system? Massage oils. Okay. Close that one. Close that one. Delta 8 not feeling anything. At least just a few of these pages that have the sort of medical related. We'll take a look there, just blog, because a lot of them might not even be ranking. So CBD gummies, CBG. Interesting. Okay. All right, so we got a lot of health benefit stuff here. Let's take a look. What are the benefits of taking CBD? Now you have this this article here about CBD roll-ons, and that's something that your product page is ranking low for. So I would say let's take a look at what's this page ranking for. Zero keyword. That's no good. So I would say look at the product page for your CBD roll-on, and how can you include it in this content, right? Let's just see. Okay, so that's linking there. That's fine. Yeah, I wonder, because it's mentioned a good amount of times on site. I mean, it could actually be kind of overkill. That hyphen, I do wonder, if you went through and actually got rid of that hyphen, just made it CBD roll on, how that could potentially help. But what I'm kind of seeing here is a little bit of shoehorning as far as the keyword goes. So, and when you do that, Google just passes you up. So, okay, this is the name of your file, your image file. That's not going to help you at all. I would change that to CBD roll-on or one of the other keywords that you kind of want to rank for. And then look at, let's take a look. Okay, CBD roll-on for pain. What were the keywords for this one? Okay, so taking CBD roll-on for pain, right? This is a keyword that this page already ranks for. But if you don't have that keyword anywhere else on your domain, it tells Google that it's not really like a main topic that you address on your website, right? So you kind of have a little bit of shoehorning here with the CBD roll-on word. Instead, what you want to do is try and include CBD roll-on for pain, CBD roll-on without the hyphen in it, right? Probably not CBD oil. Hemp infused relief roll-on. Sure, I mean potentially, right? It has almost no searches, but it's you could easily place for that. Let's take a look at the highest volume here. CBD roll-on pain relief. So try and include some of these other keywords, not just CBD roll-on over and over again. And when you do mention it, I would suggest trying to remove the hyphen and seeing how much of a difference that makes. CBD roll-ons, and then I'd also be curious. Just what I often do is I run a page. If it's not ranking for anything, I'll run it through a plagiarism check to see if the content has kind of been copied from anywhere. Oftentimes people will hire a writer and they'll just copy it from some site and change a few words. And Google's smart enough to kind of figure that out. Maybe I'll make another lesson just kind of how to do that. It's fairly simple, but there's a lot of plagiarism checkers out there you can use. It costs like a tenth of a penny to check each article, and it basically will search on the internet for other content. So if that is if any of this content isn't original, that could potentially hurt you as well. Let's take a look at that. CB roll on shoulder pain. Okay, I don't maybe that's a keyword they're trying to rank for. So, anyways, definitely you can change up a lot with this page and try and get some of those keywords placed in there. How long does Delta 8 stay in your system? Okay, good. So you're, page 2 for that, but oops. Okay. How long is Delta 8? Okay, same sort of thing here, where you have the same sort of keyword. Let's see here. System, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so Delta 8 is definitely mentioned a lot of times. Same process, right? Look at your top keywords here. You're trying to rank for. These are all really easy keywords. Really, I would say the top 4 or 5 here. Name the images after these keywords, and then find places where you can place these keywords in there. So your top one here that has 900 searches a month and only a 9 keyword difficulty is not mentioned on the page one time. I mean, that's easy money. That's low hanging fruit. Just mention that 1 or 2 times on the page. You should start ranking really well for you. I mean, you're already on page 2, but that's like top 3 placement for that, just for adding a few keywords and changing the image names. Don't stress about the image names. That's kind of my own thing. But you don't even have any images on here, so add some images. Name them after the main keywords. CBD on empty stomach. Okay, empty stomach is probably not one you want to go after, but how long for CBD gummies to start working? Let's see if it's even on the page. Nope, so it's not even mentioned on the page. Get those in there, right? It's all about just using this tool and kind of figuring out, what you're ranking for and how to, make sure that it's optimized. Make sure it's on there. Image names. Really for this page, that's really easy. But it's just repeating this process. I mean, it's tedious for sure. Like going through every URL of your page. But as you can imagine, I mean, this is hugely beneficial. So if you do this and then you work on your offsite SEO, getting some quality links to these pages, I mean, you do really well. And because most people don't have an SEO tool like this, and they just don't want to put in the work for this kind of stuff. But it's not, it's not like you're doing military, work or anything. This is you're just going through the pages and figuring out. So this one has absolutely no rankings for any keyword. So I would be curious. What I would do here in this case is go to the Keyword Explorer. Download. Okay. Super hard. Okay, so that's we're probably not going to go just for that keyword, but what I would do is look at other keywords in that category. So Ricky Mushroom benefits, still a fairly difficult keyword, but 15,000 searches per month. So the benefits are, oops, okay. What was the, sorry, free flowing here. Not a, okay, so keyword's not mentioned one time on the page, and it has 15,000, a little bit of keyword difficulty, but adding it a few times, making sure that, let's see what the file name is. Yeah. Change that image file name too. Let's see what other. So Ricky's mentioned times, but these are not. It's not associated with any of the keywords that can do well, right? So, you can say, what are the Rishi mushroom benefits? Mention the tea in here. Even if you're not necessarily selling tea on the website, that's 1,600 people search for that per month, and it has a keyword difficulty of 5. That's free right there. You can grab those all day. Maybe mention lookalikes, right? Maybe mention the powders. Again, if you're not necessarily selling these products, then not really required. But that it's just such an easy. There's no keyword difficulty there. That's adding those keywords to the site. We'll get you some top placements pretty quickly, just because there's just not much competition, right? So. Yeah, that's what I got on the keywords for pages that aren't ranking. And then, just going through, a lot of these pages, I mean, the blog page here, this one, you don't necessarily need to go through and add keywords there, like the shop page here, URL, obviously the telephone number, that's, get rid of that. But, use a bit of common sense and just go through and kind of repeat this process, see what the page is ranking for. And 0. So you would ask yourself, what is the main keyword for this URL, right? I would say for this page, for the mushroom page we were just looking at, this keyword right here would probably be the main keyword that we'd focus on, right? Just rewording that a little bit. Okay, so this is a very difficult keyword. Let's see, what is here? Page. So, and if it's a high DA website and you're already doing well for SEO, a lot of these, if it's a keyword difficulty 4, yeah, go for it. I mean, if you think you can get it, but definitely make sure that you're including a lot of these easier keywords. So, ayahuasca benefits for men. That is 20,000 searches per month, and is a very low difficulty of 16. You got to include that. That's off. I just made you a lot of money. So just including that 1 or 2 times on this page. The whole article doesn't have to be about it, but health benefits of ayahuasca. So somewhere in here, it's mentioned 17 times, but increased stamina. So you can have all this and then have it say something like another study shows that ayahuasca benefits, that there are ayahuasca benefits for men, right? Mention that once or twice, and there's no competition there. There's 20,000 searches per month. God, that's easy money. What's the image file name here? Okay, that's fine, but definitely we want to change that to a keyword you're trying to rank for. There's gummies. I don't know if they sell this, but if they do, you got to include that. I mean, even if they're not selling it, that's 19,000 searches per month. Even if the conversion rates are low, like someone could be searching for gummies, they come to your page and you sell, teas, whatever it might be. Yeah, they're probably not going to convert because they're looking for gummies, but there is going to be some conversion rate there. And just because you have 19,000 searches per month, that's something worth considering including, right? So higher difficulty, you have 49 difficulty there. So I would say, boy, I almost recommend just doing a separate article just on the benefits for men, because that's such an easy ranking there. Alaska Tea, okay, same thing. Really low keyword difficulty. Over 5,000 people search for a month. Include that 2-3 times. You're fine. What's this? Here you go. because you're already mentioning men, you could probably mention this as well. Easy, low keyword difficulty, and 3,700 searches per month. Boom. When to take Alaska, 16, low keyword difficulty, 3,700 searches per month. So just sprinkling these in, it's easy. It's a bit time consuming and a bit of a grind, but you don't have to get it all done in one day. Just have your list of URLs and see what you're already ranking for across the domain, and then just go through page by page and see what the page already ranks for, making sure those keywords are included, see what other keywords you could possibly include. And if the page isn't really ranking much for anything, what is the keyword that you want that URL to rank for? What is the main keyword, the main focus that the site's going to be on? You need to know that really for every URL. So yeah, this is just kind of my process, but it's very effective. Really, what I would do is I would go through all the URLs. I would do the keyword research, make sure that content's on the page. Do some images, name them after the main keywords we're going for. If you're gonna have a video, what's the video's name? Exactly the name of the the keyword that we're trying to rank for, right? So it's really figuring out what the keywords are, making sure that content's on the page. As far as Onsite goes, the URLs as well. I mean, that's another thing. That this is good enough. Definitely include some more images on this page if you wanted to. It really, image wise, just talking from an SEO perspective, it's really how many keywords are you really focusing on for the page. If you have 5 keywords, have 5 images, name them all after the 5 different keywords that you're going after, right? So that's what I got for the Onsite SEO improvements, and hope that's helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.